Hello, everyone. Good evening. So, tonight I'm reacting to Foodie Beauty's now deleted live stream called OMG. I actually reacted to part of this stream. I started reacting about, I would say, 5 or 10 minutes in after Foodie started this stream, and she'd already deleted, so I didn't get a big portion of it. So, I thought I'd redo it with pretty much all of it. So, big thanks to Just Saying for capturing the stream so I could react to all of it. So before we get started, let me just set the stage. So Foodie has been getting a lot of backlash because of her recent actions with the cats. She gave away Sam to a home, and BBJ, she has talked extensively about her plans for BBJ, about putting her down unnecessarily. A lot of people are against that. A lot of people have stepped forward offering money to take BBJ if she doesn't want BBJ, but Foodie outright said she would rather put BBJ down than to give her to someone that she doesn't like. I think that is cruel and heartless and unnecessary, and that's my opinion. So after her being smug and smirky in a live stream last night and basically saying that, she got backlash today. A lot of people are outraged, and she's been getting it. And today, there was a live stream featuring Skinny Queen and Farida. Murad came on panel, and Foodie was in the room. She was in the chat. So she was watching the stream, and she did not like the conversation. And she did not like when Murad came on panel. And Murad, while he was on panel, he let it slip that Foodie and Salah exploited the loophole, I guess, where you can get married. So they're not officially married yet. They're not legally married. So she was in Kuwait spending time with Salah illegally. She didn't like hearing that. But Foodie has been raging all day at everyone. And she's did this live stream and she dirty deleted. So I just want to sit in and see what she has to say. I'm going to go ahead and share the screen. And I will leave a link for Just Saying stream. A video in the video description. So let's get to, shall we?
I hate these people. I'm not taking part in this shit. I'm out. The minute that, okay, so Mirage doesn't know any of the drama with these idiots. I'm like, if you're gonna give these people attention, so Skinny Queen, which you're not, by the way, you're 500 pounds, and Ozzy Osbourne and BBW Veronica, crazy lunch lady who farts on cakes.
Okay. So right out of the gate, we're starting with some bashing comments that you, as a newly reverted Muslim woman, should not be making, because gossiping and being hateful is haram, is it not? Yes, it is. So you, as a 500-pound, super morbidly obese woman, you're always yelling and screaming about fat shaming. You can fat shame somebody else? I don't know how much Skinny Queen weighs, nor do I care. It's not my business. But the point is, she's someone who is 500 pounds, and she doesn't want anybody fat shaming her or bringing up her weight, yet she feels free to pull up somebody else's weight and use that as something to be cruel with. She's also talking about Farida and how she looks, saying she looks like Ozzy Osbourne. I would honestly think that that's a compliment, because Ozzy Osbourne is a fantastic entertainer. He's world famous, fantastic singer. That's actually a compliment. That's not exactly an insult. And talking about Veronica and her content on OnlyFans, ma'am, you were on OnlyFans doing content also. And on top of that, you were also doing adult things on YouTube. I mean, how many times have we seen your body on YouTube? You running around almost naked on YouTube. where you should not be. Running around in just your pants and a sports bra, we've seen parts of your body that we did not want to see more than once. So, how are you able to shame somebody else for doing any kind of adult content when up until recently that's all you were doing? But go ahead, Foodie.
Has the nerve to be up there asking Salah's best friend what Salah thinks I'm fucking pretty. What do you think he thinks? You think because a little bit of extra weight, he's gonna go back to the skinny, boring person that he used to have in his bed? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? I have more personality in my pinky finger than any of you. That's why you don't have any subscribers. So you need to sit the F down, go do some crappy mukbangs no one's gonna watch. These women are on retainer, like just waiting for anyone to be like, ooh, someone wants to talk about Chantel? Sure. Farida, it's fucking Valentine's Day. Are you just happen to be hanging around watching, just waiting for somebody to need you for translation? Which, by the way, you suck at.
Uh, Ma'am, what are you doing for Valentine's Day? Seriously, what are you doing? I mean, you and Sala could be having a nice romantic time, live chatting each other, spend some time with one another. What exactly are you doing? You've been raging literally all day in everybody's chats all day. You created this. You created all this outrage. And now that you're getting it, now that you're suffering the consequences, you don't like it. You caused this to happen. If you had been a responsible pet owner up until now, and the pets had been fed properly, given medical care, given all the care they needed, and you said to people, look, I need to rehome my pets. I'm moving overseas. It wouldn't be a good idea to take them. Nobody would have had a problem with that. But the problem is you are an irresponsible, neglectful pet owner. And we know that because we watched through your streams. We've seen the condition of the house. We've seen BBJ's food all over the floor. We've been told about the litter boxes that hadn't been changed in months. We've seen the way that Peach treats BBJ. We've seen the way that you leave your cats alone for weeks at a time. We've seen all that. So nobody has any confidence about you caring for your pets enough that even if you don't want them, you're going to make sure they go to a good place. If you choose to do anything with yourself or your life, that is your choice. But it's another thing when it comes to innocent animals. They don't have a choice. Those that are the owners, we are their guardians. We are their pet parents. They depend on us. And unfortunately, BBJ and Sam, they lost the pet parent lottery. They got you. And all you've done for the longest is exploit them for views and for money and to connect with anybody in your audience that loved animals or had animals. You exploited them as much as you could. And then when you got bored and moved on to men, you decided to just get rid of them. This is where the backlash is coming from. Because you lie and you've changed your story multiple times about what's going to happen to them, where they're going. Nobody trusts you. And by the way, somebody reacting, somebody talking on another channel, mind your business. Seriously, just mind your business. You were in the chat was going on, somebody was doing something on another channel, nobody was coming onto your channel and harassing you, therefore you should not be this ragey.
You suck at Yanni. Stupid bitch. Okay, hi. Sorry. Hi, Aisha. I'm watching your mama's crappy shit. Anyway, I hate them all. They're all, you know why? Because they're clout chasers. I hate clout, and you're a broke bitch. Goodbye with your $1. I hate clout chasers. I will never. What I see a lot in this fucking shit community that I'm not a part of, by the way, is people flipping every which way. No, you did something to me. I'm not going to like you anymore. Shannon, boom.
You know another reason why she's ragey? She's dropped over 1,100 subs in the past 72 hours. Like, people are just unsubscribing like crazy. She's hemorrhaging subs like nobody's business. As a matter of fact, there was that very entertaining uh, live stream on Malarkey Meter where we watched her subs go down. But you know what else we saw, Foodie? We saw you buying subs. You know, everybody saw it in real time. How your sub count would go down and then go right back up. And then go down and go right back up. We saw it in real time. We saw you buying subs and buying views. You know what? You can buy views if you want to. You can buy subs if you want to, because the money that you're spending is stupid and foolish. It's not going to translate into real views or super chats or membership signups or super stickers. You were just buying subs to keep the numbers up. For whatever reason, I do not know. It's an ego thing with you, I guess. But that's another reason why she's exploding. She's losing subscribers, real subscribers, and she can't stop it. She put this in motion, and now she's dealing with the consequences.
I am not a flip flopper. I have integrity. I have more personality and integrity in my fupa than all of these idiots. Okay, all of them. So yeah. So anyways, Murad's on there to talk about Allah, and here they are asking him relationship questions, as if I cannot get someone hot like Salah. I will tell you, as fat and as smelly as you think I am, as ugly as you think I am, there has not been a man in my fucking life, not one, that I have not been able to get. Not
You know, it's that choice of words. There's not a single man that I haven't been able to get. It's very telling. So basically, what you're saying, Foodie, is that you run after men. It's a conquest thing for you. You don't acknowledge the word no. You'll run after them. You'll do what you have to do to get them. But you know what I want to hear you saying? Do you know what I don't hear you saying? What about the men that you've been able to keep? What about the men who really wanted you for more than just money? So if you get a guy, can you keep him? You've not been able to keep him. Every single guy that we know of that you've hooked up with, they let go of you. You've been nothing but a hookup, a pickup, a one night stand, a fling. But nobody wants to keep you. I wonder why that is. Could it be because you're toxic? Could it be because you're troublesome? Could it be because you're vile and disgusting and smelly and completely feral? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. You have no redeeming qualities. You're not respectable. No man wants to hold on to something like that. They may use you here now and again. They may use you for intimate relations or for money, but nobody wants to claim you and nobody wants to keep you. They just use you and throw you away. You're satisfied with fake love, you said. All he has to do is fake love me and I will give him the world. Well, that's about all you're going to get in this world is fake love. Because real love, it's equal. Real love, it's by choice. And real love doesn't have a price. Love that you're getting, you're buying. And it's the phony knockoff version. The real one, it's given because somebody wants to give it to you. And every single guy that you've been with, you've had to pay to be near you for 5 minutes. So you saying you can get a man? Well, what about keeping them? You've never been able to keep one. Not for very long, anyway.
a single one. So you can put that in your meth pipe and you can smoke it, including that turd. Because as you can see, him obsessing about me every night while Doodoo sits there. Okay, Kool-Aid girl. Okay, but your man is talking about me still. Still.
You know why he's talking about you? Because he knows that the only way he gets views is bringing up your name. That's it. Not because he's madly in love with you, but because you've got a bigger channel, and if he brings up your name, he might get views out of that. It's all about money for him. It's not because you're endeared to him.
Right? Reading old messages, reminiscing maybe. So yeah, including him. The only reason he's with her is because I dropped his ass off after I found out everything. So please have more panels for Rida with your crappy Arabic on Valentine's Day talking about how I can't get a man. Because I'll have you know, again, for the people in the back, that
I'm going to say something crude, and everybody, please excuse me for being crude. Any woman, I don't care how ugly, I don't care how vile, can bend over and spread her legs and get a man. It's not a flex. Getting a man to pay attention to you that way, it's not a flex. Anybody can get anybody, okay? You put out the signal that you want to get done, somebody's going to do you. So, again, getting a man, not a flex. Being appreciated for who you are and somebody actually loving you, that is a flex. Having people around you that want to be around you and it's not about being paid, that's a flex too.
I have not ever, ever been denied a man I want. Maybe in elementary school, you go up to you have your friend ask a guy, hey, blah blah blah. Have I been obsessed with men before? Well, I've had crushes, and maybe unreciprocated crushes. But as an adult, no, I have no problem getting a man, and I will never, ever, ever have a problem getting a man. And let me make one thing straight to you: if
Foodie, if you had no problem getting a man, as you say, if you have no problem, why do you have to keep paying the men that you're with? Why do you have to keep throwing money at them? I mean, because if you're such a femme fatale, if you're so desirable, if you're such a catch, why do you have to throw money at the men that you're with? I mean, if you were so desirable, wouldn't they want to spend time around you for free? Heck, they might even pay you if you were that desirable. But nobody's paying you, and nobody's around you for free. It's all company that you pay for. You're renting your companionship.
something happens and something does fall through with Salah, and it won't. If it does, I will move the fuck on, and I will find someone else. Okay, now we have that out of the way. Thank you. And by the way, FFG, what are you doing on Valentine's Day? Where's your boyfriend? Aren't you supposed to be out to dinner? My excuse is that mine is in another country. What's yours? What's your excuse that you have to take a picture of my mother and talk about my mother to try to trigger me like the sociopath that you are? So
It worked. You're triggered.
you know what? Since you talked about my mother and you don't know about her, I'm going to tell you guys about my mother. Since I'm here, okay?
Okay, go for it.
All right. She's just sitting around talking about me. I'm such a celebrity. And no, I don't care. Somebody asked me about losing subscribers, so I checked. Sure, I did lose subscribers.
Yep, you lost a whole bunch of them.
Good riddance. I still have 93K subscribers.
Yeah, dead accounts. For those who are not YouTubers, something you should know. Just because you go to Foodie's page or anybody's page, if you see 93K subscribers, it doesn't mean every single one are active accounts. A lot of what contributes to that number are dead accounts, accounts that are no longer active. Just because the number on your page says 93K subscribers, Foodie, it doesn't mean they're active accounts. Proof of that is when you go live, you're lucky if you get 1,000 people in your room. 93K subscribers and you can barely get 1,000 people in your room. That's it. When I've seen much smaller channels whose sub count is even close to what you have, and they get 2 to 3 times what you get. So you can sit there and be narcissistic and brag about having 93K subscribers, but let's be real. They're not all active. Okay? They're not all active. Those are dead accounts that are no longer around. But if you want to get obsessed with a number, go ahead.
The only time I'm ever going to cry is when I have 0. Okay? So there we go. All right. So my mother, you want to talk about my mother, who is more of a fucking wonderful person than you will ever be. Ever. Oh, well, I don't care. Let's just say 9. Let's round it off, hands. let's say 90,000. I have 90,000 subscribers. Still way more than FFG will ever have, by the way. All right.
Okay, so maybe you have more subscribers than she does. Maybe your number on your page is bigger than the number on her page. Here's where that's not a flex, Foodie. Here's where this is not a flex. Although her sub number is not close to yours, she's making more money than you. And she has more active engagement, and she gets more super chats. And she's smarter. She's got her main channel. She's got maybe one or two other side channels. She's got Twitch. She's got something to show for, not you. You've been on YouTube for, what, 5 years? What have you got to show for all the videos you've done? All the drama, all the controversy. What do you have to show for after getting on YouTube and doing every offensive thing you can think of? Doing everything you can do to kick the hornet's nest and get everybody ticked off and offended. You've shown us everything. You come on camera half naked. You have burped. You've farted. You've sharted yourself. You've driven while intoxicated. You've been intoxicated. You've been greened out. The Cuba rage. Everybody brings up the Cuba rage. Yeah, let's bring that up. That was a moment of truth that you can't get rid of, that you don't want to face. You've done everything. You've done so much, you hit the ceiling long ago about new ideas to keep things fresh, to keep things going. Frenchie has done better than you, financially speaking. She's got more people that come to her channel. And she didn't have to do those things. Didn't have to show off her body, did not have to come on camera half nude or getting completely greened out. No, that was you. So keep flexing that sub number. Keep flexing that sub number. Now that's all you got to brag about these days is a sub number. Meanwhile, you're basically homeless. There's no place that you have where you can say, I live there and I pay the rent and I've got it completely paid off. You don't even have a Motel 6 room. Your finances are a mess. You are thousands of dollars in debt to the point where you're running to another country trying to get away from your creditors. Your ship is sinking. And although you're raging at the reactors, you're raging at Frenchie. The person you should be raging at the most is you, because you caused all that to happen.
So, my mother, who you criticize like nothing, who you know nothing about, by the way, saying that she had a hookup and she didn't want to, hold on, I'm going to hear what Murad has to say. I don't care what this ugly loser, clout-chasing losers have to say.
And say, your mama wants to talk to Frida. You didn't even see it. He's busy. He works. He works. Like,
yeah, you should try getting a job, by the way, because your YouTube dream of being a quirky reaction channel so you can get ass pats from all the other reaction channels who are insane, desperate, fat, ugly women like you, it's not going to work out for you. All right.
More fat shaming from somebody who's super morbidly obese. Lovely.
No, not my mom.
And here we go. Here's a super chat. Pam Makeup Lover says, I thought you were Muslim. Was she supposed to be? She's supposed to be a newly reverted Muslim woman and abstain from hateful behavior. But Foodie likes to make up her own rules, doesn't she?
All right, so Murad is Salah's best friend. All right, so like seriously asking, look at Farida, for instance, or Skinny Queen. Literally, she does her mukbangs like this. Like the turtle from fucking Never-Ending Story here. And they're going to say, what did Salah think when he first saw Chantal? Number one, both of them are Muslim men. Do you think that Murad, being his best friend, is going to be like, oh yeah, he said, he's going to out all his secrets and be like, yeah, he said Chantal was fat. I know you're all hoping for that. I know you're all hoping. But the minute I talked to Salah, I knew he was in love with me. From like maybe like a couple hours later, he was in love with me.
Yeah, sure. Like that's going to happen. Like somebody's going to look at you and 2 minutes later, they're madly in love. And again, if he was so madly in love, why are you paying him? Shouldn't he be paying you? Shouldn't he be sending you gifts across the ocean? Shouldn't he be sending you flowers? Shouldn't he be buying you things? Why are you supporting him if he's so in love with you, if he's so madly in love with you, why are you paying for him instead of the other way around? Not saying that Salah has to pay for Chantal, but if she's such a princess, why isn't he treating her like one? Why is it that every single man you hook up with, just to get their attention, you have to throw your YouTube money at them? And what would happen if that YouTube money disappeared? They would probably disappear too.
He was in love with this face that you hate. He was in love with every.
Pardon me? He was in love with the face that you hate. I doubt that. Because you were probably showing him your filtered face. So even if that's true, Foodie, he wasn't seeing the real you, and he didn't see the real you until you came walking through that airport. And I'm sure that was a real big shock.
Everything that you hate because you don't know me. So stay mad. Tiny violin. Anyways, so this mother that you criticize, who's very proud of me, by the way. So when I pop off, I always reply to people. I don't ever show me one effing video on my channel. I am Muslim. I am Muslim. Yes, I am. And you know what? My God hates you too. Goodbye. So, anyways.
Okay. So she's supposed to be a Muslim woman, and she actually told somebody that God hates them. She said God hates them. This spiritual Foodie beauty saying that to somebody. Keep proving to us, Foodie, how not Muslim you are. Please do. Please continue.
What was I saying? Okay, so my mom, Shantala forever. My mom did not just hook up with a trap house person. You idiot. You know nothing. That's probably what your parents did. They hooked up in the same Motel 6 that you're still in today. Okay? So, same friggin' cigarettes. I bet you and your dad.
Not this homeless bee throwing shade on the Motel 6 when she don't even have a Motel 6 room. Not her. No, not Foodie.
Shared cigarettes at the ripe old age of 15, right? Like, she admitted, she's talking about my parents. Her dad, she admitted that her and her dad laugh about me together. You know what my mom doesn't do? Bully people online, loser. You play your online role well. Get to know her and not be Shannon and actually kind and see. Thank you, Missy. Yeah, I seem mean, but what like Yo Mama was saying, what about the people? Everything I say mean is a response to incessant harassment.
Okay, stop right there. What harassment? Please name an example. What harassment? Because people doing reaction videos or reaction live streams on their channels is not harassment. It is simply reaction. You would have more of a case if the reaction channels were coming into your live chat and bothering you, but you don't. Because I watch you every day, Foodie. You live stream every day, and I watch your chat. I don't see the reaction channels in your VIB chat. They don't bother you there. I see you going into other people's chats and making yourself known and being a jerk. That's what I see. I consider that to be a little bit of harassment. But reacting to someone and just doing a reaction video or live stream or doing an interview with somebody is not harassment, no matter which way you try to spin that.
Like, are you kidding? Shut the fuck up. Poor Murad just wants to, like, no drama. He's just neutral. He just wants to help his friend and be like, this guy's a fucking liar. I have proof. So, yeah, props to Murad. He's always been a stand-up guy. He's the friggin' witness at our wedding, our fake wedding. Go look up the records. Go. I really want you to. Hi, Jerry. Okay. So that mother that you have the nerve to talk about, and I promise you, if you hit me first, it's on, okay? I'll let you hit me anywhere in my body. Please.
She's talking all this tough talk. But if somebody were really in front of her, she would be running the other way as fast as she could. There's a term that I came to know being a gamer. A keyboard warrior. That's what you are. You're a keyboard warrior. You're tough behind your keyboard. You're tough behind your phone, but not in person.
Come to the open house. Hit me first. Say what you want to say about my mom to my face. Do it. All right. So, anyway, that mother of mine was in love She was a romantic like me in a lot of ways. She was in love with my dad. Hi, Black Cillian. Been kind of watching this mess. Why is that Sarah Jane plain individual even on panel? Why is she here? That's why I'm not there. I'm like, you know what, babe? I know what you're trying to do. I know Murad wants to say something. He doesn't know these fucking losers. So you know what? I'm all for it. I could see Farida being a translator. Her only purpose in life. Yes, your 15 minutes are up. But why is Sarah Plain's frumpy ass on panel? Why?
Maybe because it's her channel. And who are you, Foodie, to tell people how they can do a panel? Who are you to tell people what they can do on their channel and dictate who they can talk to? Mind your business. If you don't like what's going on another channel, then don't go there. Don't be on that channel. Stop pocket watching people.
But you have to insert yourself here. Like, get over it. You were a piece of crap, Beezer. You're still a piece of crap person now with your crappy reaction channel. And I'm never, ever going to talk to you again. So get over it and find a job because you're a loser. Like, imagine this being your life. Anyway, I can't. Okay. My mom was in love with my dad. Okay. And she wanted a baby. She was in love, human hormones, whatever.
Okay, so this super chat, Secret Sauce says, this is embarrassing. It's clear you and Salah aren't the couple you claim to be. Nope. And like I said, one of the reasons why she's so ragey is that Murad let it slip that her and Salah are not legally married yet. They're not legally married yet. And it's going to be a while before they are. So she was in Kuwait with Salah, being a naughty girl. She's mad about that.
She wanted a child. Okay. So they were beezing teenagers or whatever. I think my mom was 17. I think my dad was 18 or something like that, whatever, give or take. They were both living at their parents' house and they would, they were dating for a while and everything.
So yes, so I've heard the story about Foodie's mom being with Foodie's dad and trying to trap him with a baby. I don't know how true that is, but that's a story that I've heard. And this person is saying in chat, Ham Hand says, your mom baby trapped your dad. And the baby that mom was carrying was Chantal.
And basically, sorry, I have someone messaging me. No. I refuse to listen to that panel. I'm not listening to it. I'll listen to it after. So, no. So where I can mute Sarah Jane. I'm not listening to it. Okay, so Salah's busy with Murad on the he's like worried he's not here to support me. Don't worry about it. Worry on this crappy panel right now, okay? And worry about your friend, and I support it fully, but I just can't listen to Skinny Queen and Farida hacking. I can't.
Okay, then don't. Nobody asked you to listen in the first freaking place. Nobody asked you to be over there, period. You chose to go over there. You chose to get mad about it. It's all a choice, Foodie. Just stay on your channel and talk about whatever it is you want to talk about. Nobody asks you to go to the reaction channels when they're having live chats and sit there and lurk or be part of the chat. Nobody sends out an invitation to you. You don't like the reaction channels, that's okay. Just stay away from them. Live your fabulous life with Salah. Okay? Simple.
I can't, I will become murderous. Okay? So if you don't want me to murder people and you want me to stay married to you and not go to prison, then this has to happen this way. All right, thank you. Okay. So this is embarrassing. It's clear. Okay, so my mom they did what they did. Do you need a fucking lesson, FFG, on how to have a baby? I'm sure you do. You have a lot of nerve to talk about people's parenting, right? You have a lot of nerve to talk about parenting that doesn't even deserve it. You don't even know my mom. Like literally, I make comments about Yaba because she bullies people online and she calls children retards. So yeah, I'm gonna say something about that. But you don't know anything. You don't know anything. You think you're like brought up better? Look at you. Look what you do with your free time on Valentine's Day. Like you talk about other mothers, other people, other relationships, never living your own life. Love that for you. Check.
And you know what, Foodie? You have come after female reactors who happen to be mothers. You come after Just Reason. You come after Perfectly Imperfect. You came after them viciously at the same time that you are a pet parent. And look at the way you treated your fur babies. You over there are trying to act like you're the authority on parenting, criticizing Just Reason for what she's done with her child, even though she did it with good intention, good reason, going after single mothers. At the same time that you are a parent, not to a human child, but to a pet child, children. Look at the way you're treating them. And it scares me to think if this is the way you're treating your pet children, how you would be as a parent to a human child. The thought is absolutely frightening. For that reason, I'm glad that you don't have any human children because the pet children are suffering enough.
Kiss. Anyways, so I was conceived, actually. I was planned. I was wanted. My mother really wanted a child. My mom always wanted to be a mother. She's very like maternal and nurturing compared to like everyone else in our family. So she
That's not the story I heard. I heard that you were an oops baby. And you know what? It's okay if you are. There's a lot of parents that have oops babies. I mean, you just, it happens. But your mom had you, and then your sister came along, and you were getting all the attention until sis came along, and then that's when everything went sideways. You got jealous of your sister, and your grandmother took care of you, and unfortunately, for your family and for all of us, you turned into a very spoiled, rotten, coddled adult, the way you were as a child. Somebody somewhere failed you, like to bring you up with some kind of morals and values and strong upbringing. Somehow that just was not present, or it just didn't take with you. You were an awful child and you're an awful adult.
she basically like had me or whatever as a teenager. And from the moment I was born, she had you're a piece of shit and I hope karma gets you for this. Actually, it will. This woman has done nothing since I was born, but she couldn't like stop holding me. People were like when she was pregnant with me, everyone in the family honestly wanted her to have an abortion because of how young she was. She was kicked out of high school because of the pregnancy back then, being pregnant in high school in the 80s. Swiss Chalet. I'm gonna order something soon too. Oh, I have an update on Sam, a good one. So, um, by the way, she never messaged me on Instagram. Never. I have all my messages. I haven't even gone through all my messages, so I went to check just to see because I see that she was um saying that. By the way, I am totally supporting Murad and what he's saying. I cannot listen to the other people on panel, so I'm not gonna. Nope. Mm-mm. So I'll listen to what he has to say after. But yeah. Anyway, so she refused to get an abortion. She like refused. She refused. She absolutely wanted me. I was loved. I'm loved now. Unlike you, who the hell can love someone like you? You need to go to.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe your family loves you a little bit too much in all the wrong ways. And instead of applying a little tough love, they coddle you. You get yourself into a mess, they coddle you, they rescue you. They don't let you learn. Maybe that's the entire problem. You just never learned to stand on your own 2 feet. You always fall back on the family, and if you get yourself into a mess, they'll get you out of it. You're almost 40 years old. You should know by now how to stand on your own 2 feet and take care of yourself. You shouldn't look at your family as, oh, I got myself into a bit of a pickle. They can rescue me. Family, listen, I'm nobody to you. I'm a stranger. But if you want to help Chantal, stop helping her. Stop rescuing her. She's got to learn at some point.
FFG's chat, stop it with the smart ass remarks. Oh, goodbye. I'm tired of these trolls. Of all those people who unsubscribed, the ones white knighting for BBJ as if I'm doing something horrible.
You are doing something horrible. Pete got on his live and said that BBJ had gone without food for 2 days. So knowing that you were out of food, you didn't go somewhere real quick and buy some food and drop it off for him. You left her there without food. And you went to your mom's house in Cornwall. You knew what you were doing. You're a sadistic, evil monster. Sadistic and evil. I don't know where this hatred of BBJ came from. I don't know why it's there. I don't know why you're being so petty and spiteful and mean and nasty to a cat who's done absolutely nothing wrong to you. But you are. You're determined to do her harm. You're determined to keep her in pain when you don't have to. People have stepped forward, many people in your own chat even, and they made offers to you to buy the cats. One person went to Pete's chat and said, I'll give you $5,000. That's enough to get first month's rent and next month's rent. Just give the cats to me. And Pete said, no, it's okay. You want to get to Kuwait so badly and so quickly. You could have just taken the money and gone. You have no problem selling your TVs, your computer for money. But your cats, you won't do that. All just to stick it to the haters. Your level of rage and resentment and defiance against the reaction channels is just insane. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane.
Can leave. I don't care if they unsubscribe, honestly. Good riddance. All right, so makes room for more mature people, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so like I'll never kiss people's ass. I will never. That's why people think I'm smug. I will never, if I believe I'm right in something, I will never, just to save face, go against what I'm saying. Never, ever gonna happen. So, all right. So, my mom had me and loved me a lot. And she actually was a single mom. My dad was an alcoholic. He abandoned us.
Okay. Thank you for bringing that up. Your mother was a single mother. So your mom was a single mom. Why do you go so hard against reactors that happen to be mothers or single mothers? If your mother was a single mother, wouldn't you have more respect for reactors that are moms? I would think.
A lot because he was drunk. But mostly my mom didn't want him near me. Like she was like, no, you're a drunk. When you get your shit together, you can come near our baby. Okay. Which fine. I totally understand that. You know. So she, from the moment she had me, she could have said that my grandma wanted them to live there in a nice house in Long Sault. I'll take you guys to the house if you want. I'm in my hometown, so a nice house. I'm here by myself, by the way. In a nice house and just very nurturing, very like money wise, you know. Yeah. I know rehoming my cats means that I'm gonna kill them and be mean to them and whatever. Like, even though this is
Chantal, you said last night in a live that you would rather put down BBJ, you would rather euthanize her than give her to somebody you didn't like. And you've also said that you could take her to the vet, and if her condition is dire, that you'll put her down. And so, like, your mind is already made up. It's already made up. And she's back at the villa right now with no food. You don't care about her. I don't know why you don't care about her. She's done no wrong. But you're doing wrong by her. If you're an evil person, you do evil things. I don't care what clothes you wear, what faith you're a part of. You're going to suffer the consequences of your actions, ma'am. You already are. I've been watching karma go to work on you slowly. You know, little bits here and there. But like I've mentioned, sometimes karma will wait until the innocent and the good are out of the way before it really gets to work. And the only innocent and good around you were those cats. And since you're going to not be in their company soon, I wonder what's going to happen. I'm sure it's not going to be good.
Is the best thing for them. Okay. By the way, Sam, actually, Demelza Boeing, welcome to Very Important Bees. Ready to ship bees. Keep reporting FFG's threats on Twitter. Yeah, I reported her today. And the person I talked to was like, yeah, I've seen her channel.
You know what? That could backfire, Foodie. If you're thinking about reporting FFG, she could report you. You made physical threats on your community post and also in a video. And I'm sure she's got the clip saved. So you might not want to do any reporting.
It's full of hate. So we'll see how far you get with that. Because you're not a criticism channel, honey. You're not a reaction channel, honey. You are a hate channel. Plain and simple. That's all you are. You have no reason to talk about my family. You have no reason to call us ham salad. What's the criticism there? That you're a piece of crap. That's it. Anyway, I'd rather be ham salad than whatever creature you are any day of the week. So, so she had me, and oh yeah, Sam. Sorry, Sam was. We got an update because the girl's updating us, and Sam apparently was already like, this is really unheard of because like even for me it took a while. No, well yeah, it took him a little while to become unscared, but he was in her. She was sleeping and then he was already like purring and like snuggling up against her to wake her up. So that
I find that hard to believe. I've owned cats for years, different cats. And cats do take a while to get acclimated to a new environment. If you take a cat out of a home where it's completely familiar, it's familiar with territory, the surroundings, and then you put it into a completely new environment, it's going to be frightened. It doesn't feel secure. It doesn't feel safe. It takes a while for them to walk around, understand that they're not in danger, and to be comfortable. So I'm sorry, I'm calling BS on you, Foodie.
That's so promising. I'm so relieved. I'm so relieved that they love each other already. He was a baby when I got him, yeah. He was a beezer. So that's good. I'm glad that they love each other. And I'm just like, honestly, I'm friggin' sad. Yeah, I actually didn't fall asleep until like 4 a.m. and I was like this close to this morning being like, I woke up, you know, when you have a new reality and like a new change and you wake up and you're just like, oh, like I don't have Sam anymore, you know?
Chantal, the day that you gave away BBJ, you were basically throwing yourself a little pizza party. You were celebrating. And for someone who's owned one cat for 20 years and another one for, 7 to 9 years, there were no tears from you, no real tears. You cried more over Natter than you ever have for your own cats. And Natter is a piece of crap. And according to you, he's an abusive piece of crap. So imagine that. Crying endless tears for an abusive person. but none for the two animals in your house that gave you real, unconditional love and companionship. Creatures that they've seen you at your worst, they accepted you at your worst, they really loved you. No tears for them. You've said before, save your tears for BBJ. Well, you didn't even save tears for BBJ. You saved nothing for her. You care nothing for her. You cried and you hurt and you went almost insane for Natter, but not for that witch in your house that really loves you.
But then I thought I had to do the mental work again. I had to think, okay, you have to do this. It's better for him. It's not selfish, whatever. And I'm just relieved that it is. And just because I'm not bawling and freaking out, you don't know how people grieve. You don't know how people process things. So shut it. Okay, thank you. So my mom, for your information, um, was she took me and she went on her own. She wanted to do it on her own. She wanted to be provide for me on her own. And I have to say that I was never I okay for being how old she was in the 80s, just upping and moving out on your own like that with no money. We were on welfare, but she did everything to make sure I had didn't want for anything, like ever. And that's why I'm a spoiled brat today. Yes, maybe that was her mistake. I'm a spoiled brat, but
And yeah, you still are, and coddled and expecting everybody else to come forward and take care of you rather than you taking care of yourself.
I understand her reasoning for it. Like she was overcompensating for feeling like she told me she always felt bad my dad wasn't around and blah blah blah. I'm not going to get into my whole family history, but I will tell you um what? You and your mom certainly didn't starve. Exactly. Exactly. Sorry, I couldn't listen to Sarah Plain and Farida, Ozzy Osbourne look-alike. Seriously, Farida has the nerve to be like, "Oh, Yanni, what did Salah think whenever she sounds like Allah? What did Salah think whenever he saw Chantel's face for the first time?" And meanwhile, she's asking, looking like this.
And again, what's it to you? It's not on your channel. It's somebody else's panel. Oh, you know what? That is such a great face. Y'all hold on a minute. I'm all about the great thumbnails. That that's a great picture, Foodie. You know how much I love photography, and I'm loving the look you're giving right now. I mean, you're just fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. That is a moment. Yes, we love it. I'm going to use that for a thumbnail. Thank you so much for being so generous today with your time and doing deleted live streams that you're practically handing to the reaction channels and we'll make money off of it and you won't. Thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Excuse me?
What was I saying? I'm sorry. I got distracted by the photogenic moment by Chantal. Uh, it's somebody else's content. It's somebody else's stream. You're such a control freak. You think you can tell people on other channels what to do and how to do it? No, ma'am. That's only on your channel. When are you going to realize that? You cannot dictate what people say and what people do elsewhere.
Pizza sniping. Of course she's sniping. She's a stupid heifer with nothing to do. She has no boyfriend. She lied to you guys about that. What don't you get? She's a liar.
Look, Foodie, I know you're working hard to try to bait FFG to bring her man on camera. It ain't going to happen. I know you keep talking about it and throwing the bait out there, thinking that Frenchie's going to take the bait and bring her man on camera, but she's not. She's not. She respects her man. She respects her privacy, her private life. And although you like to exploit yours, it doesn't mean everybody else does. She's doing just fine on her channel. without exposing her private life. Are you mad about that? Are you mad that she doesn't have to exploit everything in order to do better than you? Yeah, I think you are.
She lied about somebody knowing Natcherd. She lied about everything. She lied about sending me a DM asking me for BBJ, which I would rather give to Shakan himself. Not gonna happen.
I'm sorry. I showed you guys the screenshots on Twitter. There was an actual offer on the table. Chantal's lying. There was an offer, and she even admitted that there was an offer from FFG because she kept mentioning she doesn't want BBJ in a house with a smoker. You know she was talking about FFG when she said that. So you lied, Foodie. There was a DM, you read it, and because you don't like FFG, you decided not to take it.
You weirdo. Are you going to hand over your pet to somebody that you hate or who hates you for no reason because they're jealous and they're pissed off about that? Stay mad. All right. So my mother is a better woman, more of a woman than you will ever be, FFG. Ever. Okay? Get that straight. And if I ever see you and you have the nerve to hit me, it's on.
Yep, there she goes again, making physical threats.
Okay. Thank you. FFG has gone live again. Such a stalker. She was waiting for this live. Exactly. And she's going to sit there going, oh, look at my numbers versus your numbers. I'll take my 1,200 versus your shitty 4,000 of all my haters. Because
you know what? If the shoe were on the other foot, if she got 4,000 people in her room, she'd be bragging all day long about that. You know she's big mad because Frenchie has 4 times the numbers than she's got.
who's watching you?
I mean, Foodie is obsessed with numbers. She is. She's obsessed with pocket watching everybody's numbers, whether it's their views, their engagement, the number of super chats. She's obsessed with numbers, our Foodie. Math. She's all about the math in every form.
When you do anything else. Nobody. You have to talk about people to get any views. Who cares? You're a fat liar.
And that's all you do on your channel. You talk about other people. What is your content? If it's not you stuffing your face and getting high, talking about other people, talking about Natter, talking about FFG, talking about Perfectly Imperfect or Skinny Queen or whoever it is you got to make into content because you don't come on camera with anything to talk about. You come on camera and you run up the meter, putting on your makeup, getting high, stuff in your face, just trying to get that hour or 2 hours in for more Google AdSense money. Yeah, we know your game over here.
Big, stupid liar. So, back to my mother, who deserves this. She was actually... Tabby, we always gonna love Samuel L. Jackson. He's the Beezer. You did what you had to do was best. Me and Mojo love you always. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, FFG, BH. Hello, where's your Valentine? Where's your Valentine?
Where's yours? I don't see you with flowers or a big heart full of chocolates or any gifts. Nothing. You got nothing but rage.
Valentine. I don't need boxing gloves. I'm not gonna box her. This is not a jovial light beef. This bitch has been harassing me to the point of furthering my mental illness for...
Oh, you know what? Screw your mental illness. I don't think you have any mental illness. Do I think you have issues? Yes. Do I think that there's a lot of things undiagnosed? Yes. But do you want any help with those issues? Absolutely not, because you're too busy exploiting everything. And stop using that language trying to trigger people or connect with people. Oh, my mental illness, my depression. Funny how that depression goes away when you want to go and do something. You know, it just seems like your mental illness, your depression is selective. It disappears a lot so suddenly. You can just snap right out of it. Back when you were with Natter, oh, I'm so depressed. But yet if he called, you were up and out of bed, putting your makeup on, putting on your little outfit, putting on the Got No Glitter, and off to his house.
Years. All right. This is not a light boxing beef. No, 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 no. This is going to be a crime of passion if I ever see her face to face.
Another physical threat.
I can assure you. Okay? It's not boxing bees. So, all right.
You know what, Foodie? Listen, as far as you fighting anybody, you are at a disadvantage. You are 500 pounds. You have no stamina. You got little teeny tiny arms. You know, you carry a lot of weight in your stomach. All that a person would have to do if they got into a fight with you is get you off your feet. If they knocked you off your feet, you would not be able to get back up, and that would be that, ma'am. You wouldn't last long in a real fight.
Right. My mother sent heart-shaped cigarettes to herself. My mother, we went on our own. She worked her ass off at many jobs to whatever job she could get. I remember her always needing sitters for that reason, you know? But now I see she was working super hard to provide for us. Um,
Yeah, and it's such a shame. Let's just say everything you're saying about mom is true. Your mother was a single mother, and she worked very, very hard to make sure that you had what you needed, and you did not take that into the world when you got an adult and became a hardworking female, supporting yourself, being independent. No, you were a spoiled, rotten brat that you expect other people to take care of you.
of course she's in Cornwall. Of course she's in Cornwall. With Shannon, the two friggin' wonderful people. Who gives a shit? Anyways, come hit me. Come hit me. Come. Does she want to come hit me? Because I'll let her hit me.
Of course you would, because you want to send her to jail, but it ain't going to happen, Foodie. It ain't going to happen. And as far as Shannon and FFG coming to Cornwall, you don't own Canada. People can go where they want to go. Who are you to tell people they can't come to a certain town or a certain city or a certain state? Who do you think you are? You don't own anything. You don't even own a home. You don't even own your car. Please have a seat, you narcissistic feral beast.
I don't need to have long arms. Don't worry. Does a bulldozer have arms? No. All right. How edgy of your comment, Megan. Well, she didn't, and now you have to deal with me, so stay mad, bitch. All right, so my mother worked a lot of jobs, and then she also went to college to support us. So she went to college. Actually, apparently my mom met her, like her really good friend she has today was because of me, matchmaker Beezer, because she was like okay. Thanks, babe. I'm gonna listen to Murad's side after. Like, I couldn't listen to Sarah Plain and Ozzy Osbourne. I couldn't hear it. No. I did report her earlier, so don't worry.
Report what, though? Chantal's over here making physical threats against Frenchie. What is there to report? What is there to report? She's reacting to a live stream. She's doing commentary. She's making it transformative. What is there to report? See, here's something you're not understanding, Chantal. Some of the people that are in your chat, they say things to gas you up. And some of the things they say are not true. They just say them to gas you up, and it works.
And they were like, yeah, this is hate, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I don't know. You people just assume I never reported this shit. Like, how do you know? Do you want me to show you my reporting history? Like,
so if you reported FFG multiple times and nothing has happened, that means there's nothing wrong there. She's not doing anything wrong, or else YouTube would take action, right?
And I take the high road and ignore the opportunity. Well, whatever. I will eventually. How nice of you to bring your friend Shannon her dope. How kind. Yeah, really. If that were me, like they would be accusing that. Oh, what'd you make the trip for? You tell me your friend's the one addicted to cocaine or was.
Pardon me? Pardon me, ma'am? Didn't you once confess in a deleted stream that you had a $3,000 cocoa habit? And even to this day, you're still using the green? Not that there's anything wrong with that. I mean, there's lots of people who do the green. But even with your abaya on and your hijab, you've been high. So you're over there throwing shade at people for past substance use at the same time that you've been doing substances recently. Really? Rules for me, but not for thee, right? Is that what we're going with? Is that what we're doing? You know, like like you follow one set of rules and I'll follow another, and I make them up as I go. Seems like it.
And she like when my friend found out I was addicted to cocaine and in an abusive relationship, guess what she did? She went and made a reaction channel and called me a cunt.
Wrong. That is a lie coming out of your mouth. You went to Shannon. You told her alarming things about Natter, saying that Natter was abusing you. She tried to reach out to you. You were not returning her calls or anything. So, in a last ditch effort, she came into your live stream and she wanted to talk to you there. And you snapped. You got upset. And here's the kicker. I don't think Natter abused you. I think you lied about the abuse, maybe to get attention from Shannon and from people in your chat. And then when some of the things you said to a friend got them alarmed because they thought they were real, she came into your chat and you were popping all the way off because, somebody was actually concerned.
And outed me publicly to everybody. So there's no trust. So why? Oh, and then
What's amazing to me is that you were upset with Shannon for saying what she said in your live stream, but yet way before that, you were talking about the abuse on your channel to everybody for weeks, months, monetizing the crap out of it, getting everybody's sympathy, and everybody was concerned for you. Are you okay, Chantal? Are you all right? And even more shocking, isn't it funny how in the beginning when you were seeing Natter, you would come home and show off your bruises on your chest? Y'all remember that? She was so proud of those bruises, saying they were from rough sex. And then suddenly the pleasurable, consensual, rough sex became abuse when she was mad at him. Yeah, like I've said, fake, phony victim. Victim for views, victim for pay, but not a real victim.
and then hooked up with FFG. So you think I'm going to be your friend after all that? No, I can assure you I don't think about you even once a day, Shannon, and my life is better off, honestly.
You're thinking about her right now. You're talking about her. Stupid.
Yeah, you're better off friends with someone like FFG, actually. Two peas in a pod. Yeah, they should all hook up. All right, so my mother, back to my sweet mother, provided very well for her family, okay? And she did a better job at raising me than your family did raising you. And the
Well, if your mother was a hardworking woman who worked very hard, she went to college. What happened, Chantal? Why is it you had a hardworking single mom who even went to college? She was motivated, she was getting educated. What exactly happened with you that you turned into such an awful monster human? You were awful as a child, you were sent to a group home, and you became this awful person. What exactly the F happened that you are this vile and monstrous and evil and soulless? Something happened.
proof is in our channels. I go through my own personal hell. Yeah, I do, and I document it. Okay? And yeah, I open myself up for criticism a lot of the time.
Sorry, no sympathy. The hell that you're talking about, it's self-inflicted pain. It's self-inflicted. A lot of the suffering and the pain that you're talking about is self inflicted because you put yourself around people and in situations that you should know better. When you were seeing Natter in the very beginning, everybody warned you, you didn't want to hear it. And even after he hurt you, you kept going back. You're eating, you know you shouldn't be eating the way that you're eating. You know you have an eating problem. Are you slowing down? Are you stopping? Nope. So any physical pain or ailments that have resulted from that, again, self-inflicted. You're not putting the brakes on. If anything, you're pushing the gas pedal. Name me something painful that has happened to you that was not your fault, truly was not your fault. I'll wait. It may take you a while to think about it.
But I don't have a bully channel. I don't have a bully channel bullying people. And that's on my clean karmic debt conscience. And that's why you're all mad that I don't get what's coming to me. What's coming to me? Telling you all off for messing with.
Chantal, Karma's been working on you. Oh, she's been sitting at a table in the shadows, keeping an eye on you, waiting until that which is innocent is removed from the situation. It looks like that's about to happen. She started working on you back when you were with Natter, like when everything just started to go sideways. When you changed the direction of your channel for just doing the mukbang content and you started to muddy the waters by bringing in the drama, bringing in the abuse, bringing in Natter, that's when everything really started to shift. Everything just started to shift even then. Maybe you couldn't see it because you were making a lot of money and you thought, I have found a winning formula, when in actuality, it was a losing formula. Because after a while, people got tired of Natter and all the obvious back and forth BS. And it continued when you got with Sala. Your views started to drop. People started to get bored. So you started catering to the feeders again. So it's been working on you. You know, like bankruptcy hearing and the trustees saying, nope, you owe all that money. You're not going to get out of this. There you go. There was part of your karma as a result of you not taking action and getting rid of the debt. You hooking up with Sala and you can't bring him here and you can't sponsor him because of your debt that is still unresolved. Your health is going down because you won't take care of your body. You're basically losing everything of value. Again, by choice. It didn't have to go this way. By focusing too much on the Foodie Beauty character and not the person, Chantal Marie, you pretty much have lost everything. Everything. And you don't care because you are so dedicated to the Foodie Beauty character that the person is ruined forever. You can't go back to that life. You don't want to. Foodie Beauty has everything that Chantal Marie does not. You lost the plot and you lost yourself by becoming a character versus a person.
With me? What have I done to anybody? Nothing. Jessica Jingle, welcome to Movies Recipes. So, my mother is an amazing hero, okay? And she's very proud of me because every arc of shit I get into, I get out of.
Yeah, thanks to their help. And that's why I say they need to stop rescuing you. If they want you to be a strong person, they need to stop bailing you out of all your messes and just let you deal with it.
And I will continue to do it because I believe in God. I have an amazing, supportive husband, and I have a good mother. I've got a good mother, and her olives are what keep me here. And it's very, anyways, I shouldn't even have to say this, but it's so low. You just go lower and lower and lower. And this is why I don't envy your shitty viewers. Because honestly, what are you going to be left with? You can't keep bullying people forever. It's not going to fly. Eventually it's going to catch on. You're going to lose your fucking channel.
Are you speaking about yourself, Chantal?
And you say I bully people? Where?
Everywhere, every chance you get, every chance you get. On your community post, in your live streams, you bully people. You try to embarrass people you're mad at. You use your platform and you use your audience as your own way to get back at people.
Where do I have one video dedicated to anything other than defending myself or responding to your shit?
Pardon me, ma'am? You went after Mrs. Allah, Allah's wife. What did she do to you? What did she say about you? She never even showed her face on camera, never said one word to you. And yet, you did a stream about her because you were mad at Allah. And like the coward that you are, instead of saying something about Allah and just keeping it there, you went after his wife, calling her a sharmuta and saying awful, awful things about Mrs. Allah. Things that could potentially lead to trouble for Allah and Mrs. Allah. Saying disgusting sexual things. So there's your example if you needed one.
I'm usually cool as a cucumber, and whatever someone says is their pointless opinion, but no garbage can, dry scalp demon with leaned over shoes is gonna talk about my mother. Her lips will get busted. Stop it. Well, I don't know. Maybe I do. Are you saying fat women can't fight? Because maybe I have to prove otherwise.
Again, you don't have any stamina, Chantal. Let's be real. Let's be real. You're 500 pounds. You're short. You're 500 pounds and you're what, 5 foot? You have no stamina. You can barely stand for 2 minutes. You're always sitting down. How would you fare in a fight? Especially if you're not steady on your feet and all that person has to do is knock you off your feet and then you can't get back up. You're not going to be able to get up quickly. That would be that, ma'am. It's a wrap. You would not be able to fight. You've not been exercising. You've not been building up muscle. You've got little short arms. You would not fare well in a fight.
I'm not. Look, I know I have a hijab. I'm all just religious and everything now. But I'm telling you that I'm still human. And there's some things that are gonna trigger me. And as hard as I try not to let it, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. I'm sure of it. Order crumbs on Smee's credit card. She gave me lunch money.
What in the world?
Hi, Buster. Do you want to see Buster?
What in the world is on her lips? Oh.
Hi, buddy. Watch, he's gonna.
Buster is the OG pet. Buster is Chantal's mom's dog, and he does not like Chantal. And animals are excellent judges of character. They can feel bad energy, and they respond to it. And he hates Chantal.
Gonna try to bite me. You gotta go pee-pees?
See, even back then, Buster knows what's up. Buster knew what was up, and he's like, get away from me. You're a big ball of negative energy. Get away from me.
You gotta go pee-pees? Wait. You wanna go pee-pees?
Look at him.
No? Okay.
Like, you better get away from me. You're about to get bit.
You're built like a pill bug.
Oh my God. Oh no. Somebody says you're built like a pill bug. Oh, roly poly. Yeah, that about sums it up.
And FFG's built like SpongeBob. I'm gonna friggin' pill bug her legs. That's what. All right.
Chantal, FFG knows how to kickbox, and she's in much better shape than you. Again, it would not be a long fight. The moment you got off your feet, it would be a wrap because you have trouble getting back up.
Um, he really hates me. He does. But he also
And you blame him?
hates everybody except for my stepdad. Like I told you what he does to my mom. She'll go, "Give me kisses." He'll kiss her, and through his kissing, he'll be going. All right, so that's off my chest. Raquel, thank you. This is one of the best red lipsticks ever. I've had it forever too. Do you guys remember when I got this lipstick? Revlon Ultra HD.
Green lipstick. How appropriate, since she likes the green peen.
So, anyways, this is an example of why I can't play nice. I cannot I cannot play nice. I cannot do panels. Like if I were on that panel, I would be flipping out and everyone would hate.
You can't do panels because if people started asking you the hard questions, oh, that's such a great man. I've just been having some kind of luck these days with getting the good moments, like the freeze frames. Hold on. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I have to interrupt, but that's a face. That face. She just giving me face today. You are just voguing all over the place, Foodie. I'm telling you. What was I saying? Oh yes. Well, you hate panels, Foodie, because if people start asking you the hard questions, you fold and you get mad and you leave. That's what you do. You can't handle the hard questions because you can't think fast enough to lie your way out of the hard questions.
Me. I can't be civil to people I can't stand. Like, there's no reason for me to be civil to Skinny Queen or that friggin' Ozzy Osbourne lookalike. There's none. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty. There's none. Like, why would I be civil to people who attack me every day for the dumbest things? Like, no. What for? His underbite, I know. Hella nervous. Welcome to Loyalty Pieces. Radiation.
Not Chantal making fun of a dog's underbite when she's got an underbite too.
Queen comes out of left field. Skinny Queen. How quirky, girl. Grow up. You're like, what, 50? Okay.
And how old are you? You're almost 40 and calling your new man baby. And the way you do it, it's so cringeworthy. Baby. Everything is baby and honey. You try so hard to convey that he really loves you. It takes more than saying baby and sweetheart and honey to be loved by somebody, Foodie. But of course, you would never know that because you've never had real love. You're okay with fake love, remember?
So, and Farida, what? You're like 75? I didn't know.
Foodie, I'm 52 years old. I'm 52. You're not even 40 yet. You wish you could be this awesome at 52. You hear me? It's so funny to me that you have a problem with people you got a problem with age. You try to use old as an insult when you yourself will be considered old by somebody who's much younger. They would look at you and say, you're old. Do you realize that you're almost 40? Don't you know that 40 is the new 30? Don't you know that 50 is the new 30? I'm 52. I could whip your ass in every way. I'm not making a physical threat of any kind, by the way. I'm just saying, like, as far as being a woman, I could whip your ass. I know how to carry myself. I know how to talk to people. I got manners and values. I'm not out running the streets, acting the fool like you are. Isn't it something that you're younger than me? And I'm more of a woman than you are. I can carry myself. I'm independent. What do you got? You're so doggone desperate. You have to pay men just to talk to you, just to be on camera with you. Sad. Turn your mature woman card in now. It's been revoked.
No, Ozzy was still alive. Anyways, she comes in. Why are you here? Like, why are you here? No. I'm not going on a panel with these idiots. Never gonna happen. Never, ever, ever gonna happen. So, I hate clout chasers. I hate people like that. I don't clout chase. I'm always
No, you drama chase. You drama chase to the point where if anybody speaks up for you, you immediately speak highly of them. But your loyalty is just that. It's like talk nicely about me and I'll talk about you on my stream. I won't promote you. I won't promote your channel, but I'll say nice things about you for a moment. There's so many people that white knight for you. For what? What do they get out of it? You treat them as your soldiers and they go out and do your bidding, but they don't really get any real benefit, do they?
my authentic self. I always say and do what I want, and that will never change.
Your authentic self. Meanwhile, you use a million filters and you make up tons of ridiculous stories about yourself. What exactly is your authentic self? I don't think you even know. You're too busy living in fantasy land and fakery. There's nothing authentic about you except the fact that you are fake.
And if a thousand people unsubscribe from me 1 week, I don't care. Like, I'm not gonna be a fake biatch just to get views or something on YouTube. I'm not gonna.
That's all you do. That's all you do, Foodie. You're nothing but fake to get views. There's nothing genuine about you except that you're genuinely evil.
Waste my life doing it. There's no. It's not working. I'm a jealous person. You know I would be going off over this stupid supposed photo. Like, I give a shit.
You know she's bothered by that photo, and that's part of the reason why she's racing to get back to Kuwait. She's racing to get back over there. She's so bothered. She doesn't want to wait to get back over there. She's practically racing to get back over there as soon as possible so she can sit next to Salah and know that he's not leaving her side.
Like I said, I'm not confirming it was him, but
Allah, I hope that you were being real when you said the moment she touches foot in Kuwait, what you were going to do. I hope that you were telling the truth, sir, because she has said she's on her way back.
even if it was, why am I going to care what somebody I didn't even know was doing? Like, what the fuck? The end result is what's important. This man married me for reasons that you don't like. Everything you think doesn't make sense. Canada, nope. Cross that right off your list. Money, what money? He actually spent a lot of money for me to go there. So
how's he doing that if he's not working? You were with Salah for what, 3 months? He wasn't really working, and what he was doing, if he didn't have money, I'm sure he was spending it on your food bill. Salah's going to have to work 3 jobs just to make sure you are fed to where you're not having a temper tantrum.
What else? What other reasons he doesn't love me for? I'm ugly. Well, we know that's not true.
Actually, it is. You're ugly inside. You're really ugly. And all the makeup in the world cannot fix that kind of ugly.
Well, I'm fat. I'm like the only fat person in the world. Oh, Demelza, you had to join just to be a hater and say that? You're jealous. Goodbye.
Yeah, everybody's jealous of Chantal. But yet, if you ask her the question, well, what exactly are we jealous of for real? Like, what do you have that we can't have? She won't have an answer. If she thinks that we're jealous of her looks, no, we're not jealous of her looks. And we're definitely not jealous of her money because anybody can make money. Anybody in the world can make whatever money they want. I'm not jealous of her, her debt, her bankruptcy, her broken car, her filthy home. What exactly does Chantal have that would inspire envy in any of us? Nothing.
You're jealous that I was just able to block you. If Nadturd has maintained his subscribers, Chantal will be okay. Yeah, really. What have I done and said that's worse than what these idiots? Like, sorry. Thank God FFG. Really? What's amazing, Diva, is the more you are working on yourself, the less they have to make money from. Then people can really start to see the reactors' issues. It's sick, Black Stallion. You know why I hate this mentality? Like, if I wanted to be like Amberlynn and wanted like approval for losing weight. I honestly,
Wait, are you throwing shade at Amberlynn Reed for wanting to lose weight? Did that just happen? Did she throw shade at Amber for wanting to lose weight? Because Amber's been talking about getting weight loss surgery, which I don't think she should get because she's got a problem with food and that needs to be addressed and handled first because surgery is not going to fix that. She's still going to have those urges, but you're throwing shade at somebody for wanting to lose the weight, Chantal?
no. I don't care if you don't like that I'm eating not that I'm eating a cheeseburger. I don't care. I'll weigh myself in front of you every day. Like, what do I give a shit what you think about what I put in my mouth? Oh, she's fat and eating. So what? Like, honestly, Black Slate, my point is like, yeah, I could do that. I could go and hey, um, fast track things and lose weight and get my life in complete order. But like this isn't a show. This is my real life. So yeah, I could do that so people could shut up. People always tell me,
You know what? You shouldn't do it to make people shut up. You would do it just because it's a good thing to do for yourself. Getting your life in order and losing weight, that would help you, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you get the most benefits? Yeah, you would. You would benefit in a lot of ways. But you can't see that and you won't see that because you put yourself in the corner that you're in. You know, you became known for being a super morbidly obese train wreck, a dramatic train wreck. You put yourself in that corner. That's what you're known for. You haven't tried to find something else to make money with. You're just sticking with the formula that works, even though that formula is toxic to you and to everybody else. And it involves you doing self harm content and attracting people who support that self harm content and that behavior. You don't want to get out of that corner. You're not ready. You're not ready to change. You're not ready to be better. You just want to be evil.
you give them more ammunition. Well, because I don't like I'm a human being with problems in my life. So, I mean, yeah, I'm in a situation where I have to rehome my cats. It happens to people. I'm in a situation where I was in an abusive relationship. I was.
You know what? Go screw yourself. You were not. You were not. You are a big freaking liar. You were not. You were never in an abusive relationship. And if you were, I'm sure the abuse went both ways. You confess that you are verbally abusive. That is still abuse, Chantal. Words hurt, sometimes more than something physical. Sometimes words can damage your soul, and that damage can take years and years to heal. You are an abusive person. You've abused your own members right in front of me. The way you talk to them, the way you treat them, the way you manipulate them, the way you bully them. Who wants to be blocked? I'm in a blocking mood. Yeah, abusive. And if you're this way on camera, I can only imagine how you are when the camera's turned off. But don't sit there and try to cry victim now. You were never a victim and you'll never be a survivor. You haven't survived anything. You've not been through true pain. I can look into your eyes and tell you haven't been through any kind of hardship ever. You've always been coddled and spoiled rotten in your whole life and expecting things from people rather than going out and working. You don't have that look of somebody who has had that kind of life where they've gone through stuff and they've learned stuff. You don't have that look. You're not a victim. You're not a survivor. You're nothing but an overgrown, spoiled toddler throwing tantrums. And then people who don't want to hear you, they give you what you want just to make you shut up because you're so annoying.
Happens to people. I dropped charges on an abusive ex. Fucking happens to people.
You probably dropped the charges because nothing ever happened.
Like, and if I have to hear his stupid brain dead broccoli head reasoning over and over again, where he says things like, see, she said 1 minute she love me, and then she.
And that's another thing, Miss, I'm a victim. He hurts you so much, and yet you can watch him. You can stand to look at his face. You can stand to hear his voice. You watch his live streams. You're so triggered by him, and yet you won't stay away from him. I haven't heard of a single real victim that could do that wanted anything to do with their abuser. They could look at their abuser and watch them. But you do. You do. Again, that's a flag for me that something don't smell right. You know? Something doesn't smell right here. I'm a victim, but yet I can sit there with no problem and watch live streams of my abuser. I can see his face, I can hear his voice, and I'm not triggered. I am not affected in any way. I can do it over and over and over again. I can speak his name on my live stream, no problem. I can talk about what happened to me, no problem. You're a phony and you're a fake who exploited SA and DV for profit. You trigger people in your audience for profit, getting their sympathy and their money for profit.
You dropped the charges. Listen, Allah number 2. Like, I'm sorry, but just because I had something nice to say to you at some point, when I still believed your shit, doesn't erase all the shit crap you did to me. And the only reason I dropped those charges is because I wanted back with your gross, disgusting ass, and something I'm sure you regret every day, how you treated me. Because look what you're stuck with. Oh well. And look who you're stuck with, doo-doo. My God, this guy literally dumps you in your house, and you still pay his rent. And you still sit there while he talks about me every day. Couldn't be me.
But you wanted it to be you. You were so livid the fact that it wasn't you that you wanted to go to the cops and report him, not because of anything he allegedly did to you, but because you were desperate to make her go home. And you were feeling wrathful and vengeful, and your chat was gassing you up, and you were listening. It wasn't about justice that day. It was about jealousy and revenge.
Couldn't be me. She's live with Shannon and Cornwall watching you. Oh, really? Nice Valentine's Day. So you go visit somebody and you do.
Chantal, let me remind you of this. Let's set the stage. It is Valentine's Day. Although you, as a newly reverted Muslim woman, you shouldn't care about that because that doesn't get celebrated with your faith. But what are you doing on Valentine's Day? How are you spending your time? You're not live chatting with Saul and having a nice conversation. You're in your mom's house, raging. You've been raging all day. This is how you're spending your special day. Not with the man you love, but just raging online.
You cope together, I'm sure. There's no way you're not doing anything. And you're going to watch me. Where's your daughter, Shannon? Why don't you go spend Valentine's Day with her instead of watching me like the ex-shit friend that you are?
You know what? Instead of going after mothers and their children, what about you as a pet parent? You want to go after people and their children. What about you as a pet parent? Where's your cat, Chantal? Where's BBJ? She's at home without you, with no food. So screw you. If you think you can sit on a pedestal and come after people for their parenting, you as a pet parent, you suck. You absolutely suck. You're evil and neglectful. And I hope that karma comes back with a great big old check and makes you cash it.
Okay, thanks. God, I don't get these people. I don't have kids right now, but I can assure
Thank goodness.
you, when I want a family, they're not going to have any exposure online. And they're sure as hell not going to have me being toxic and talking shit online.
Chantal, I can say this with full confidence. I don't think you should have anything, whether it's an animal or a human child. You shouldn't have anything that depends on you. Because you're not dependable. You're not that person. You don't have a nurturing nature. You want everyone to nurture you. You would not be good as a mother to a child. or even a pet. You shouldn't have either one. You're too much of a mess. You're too irresponsible and you're too selfish.
Fine about irrelevant people. Since Nutter moved in, Dudu says saved 200 a year on eyeshadow. Her eyes are natural. Oh my god. So, Philomena, I'll bring in whatever I want to talk about, okay? It's a fact, all right? Okay, goodbye, Papa Smurfette. Goodbye, Philomena. Bye. So, FFG's name, I don't remember what it is. Anne Marie Feldman or something. It's online. I love you just the way you are, Chantal. You could be the sweetest, most delicious peach on the planet, and there's always someone that doesn't like peaches. Do you and live your life? Yes, thank you. Um, shut up. So, FOG, how does your man feel about you spending time with another woman and not him? Is he at work or not? What man? She drove in her stinky ass friggin' minivan, farting the whole way down here, and just like went and picked up coke at the outhouse, right? Projector. That's probably what you do to go.
Your project? No, that's you. That's you. Making your trips to the outhouse and having little meetups there with mysterious people. Remember the guy that just happened to be there smoking a cigarette? Yeah, that was a drop-off point. We know what you were there for.
Go see Shannon. Yeah. What's next? You're gonna go visit Lachine together? I'm sure. Like, it's so sad. It's so sad. You talk about my mother's parenting. Look at the mother you're sitting beside right now. Nice. Yeah. So you better shut your mouth. Because I will drive to First Street. So shut it. All right. Let's order something to eat.
Go ahead and drive to First Street. What's going to happen? You're going to fight somebody? You're going to have a fist fight in the middle of the street? I'd like to see you try. Again, she's making all this tough talk. But she's not about confrontation. She's just a big old liar, and she's a phony.
I'm tired of these stupid trolls. Sorry, I'm going to block them all. Fledman. I understand. There's no Connors here. There's none. Anyway, okay. I'm going to go for now, and I'm going to come back. I'm going to, like, cool off. I'm going to come down. We're going to have...
So she did another live stream, which I'm going to take a look at. But this is the deleted stream. I was in the middle of reacting to this, and she got rid of it. Foodie gets angry at the reaction channels for restreaming her content live as soon as she comes live, but this is the reason why. Because we can't wait our turn like she wants us to. When she gets spicy, we have to cover it right then and there, or else it gets deleted. And it's really ridiculous. This woman needs money desperately. She's so far in debt, she can't even see straight. But yet she takes money out of her own pocket by deleting half the streams that she does. And the ones she leaves up are so boring, nobody watches them anyway. So thank you, Just Saying, for capturing the stream, ma'am. Really appreciate it. I'm going to leave a link for the video in the video description. Please check it out. Give her a like. Give her a thumbs up. Give her a nice comment. She certainly deserves it. Thank you all for watching. And I hope you have a great evening. Take care now. Bye-bye.